Vijana Valapa Girivara Dari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Jamunati Hiravanam Chari Radhamadhava Kunjabihari Jaya Radhamadhava Kunjabihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militang Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Who doesn't understand German? Everybody speaks German. Wer versteht kein Deutsch? Kein Englisch. Oh. Ich spreche trotzdem Englisch. So. Das war nur Fake. We are reading in the 4th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in chapter 7, the sacrifice performed by Daksha, text number 25. No? Daksho grihitarhanang sadhanottamam. Daksho grihitarhana sadhanottamam. Yagyeshvarang vishvasrijang parangurum. Yagyeshvarang vishvasrijang parangurum. Sunandanandan yanugair vritang muda. Sunandanandat yanugair vritang muda. Nugair vritang muda. Grinang prapede prayatah kritang jali. Grinang prapede prayatah kritang jali. Daksho grihitarhana sadhanottamam. Yageshvarang Vishvasrijang Parangurum. Sunanda Nanda Dhyanugair Vritang Muda. Nanda Dhyanugair Vritang Grinang Prapede Prayatah Kritang Jali. Ja, bitte. Daksha, Daksha, Grihita, Grihita, accepted. Arhana, rightful. Sadhana Uttamam, sacrificial vessel. Yagya Ishvaram, unto the master of all sacrifices. Yeah. Vishvasrijam, of all the Prajapatis. Param, the supreme. Gurum, preceptor. Sunanda Nanda Adi Anugai. By associates like Sunanda and Nanda. Vritam, surrounded. Muda, with great pleasure. Grinan, offering respectful prayers. Prabhede, took shelter. Prayata, having a subdued mind. Krita Anjali, with folded hands. Translation: when Lord Vishnu accepted the oblations offered in the sacrifice, Daksha, the Prajapati, began with great pleasure to offer respectful prayers unto him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the master of all sacrifices and preceptor of all the Prajapatis, and he is served even by such personalities as Nanda and Sunanda. There's no purport. Text 26. Daksha uvacha Shodang svadam yuparatakila bhutyavastam chinmatram ekam abhayang pratishuddyamayam tishtang stataivam upurushatvam upityatasya aste bhavan aparishudha ivatmatantra. Daksha addressed the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My dear Lord, you are transcendental to all speculative positions. You are completely spiritual, devoid of all fear, and you are always in control of the material energy. Even though you appear in the material energy, you are situated transcendentally. You are always free from material contamination, because you are completely self-sufficient. No purport. Text 27. Ritvija uchu tatvang nate vayam anangjana rudra shapat karman yava grahadiyo bhagavan vidama dharmu palakshanam idang tivrit atvarakyam, dharmu palakshanam idang trivrit atvarakyam gyatang yad artam adidevam ado vyavasta. The priests addressed the Lord, saying, O Lord, transcendental to material contamination, by the curse offered by Lord Shiva's men, we have become attached to fruitive activities, and thus we are now fallen, and therefore do not know anything about you. On the contrary, we are now involved in the injunctions of the three departments of the Vedic knowledge, under the plea of executing rituals in the name of Yajna. We know that you have made arrangements for distributing the respective shares of the demigods. Purport. The Vedas are known as Traigunya Veda. The Vedas are known as Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Bhagavad Gita 2.45. Those who are serious students of the Vedas are very much attached to the ritualistic ceremonies mentioned in the Vedas. And therefore, these Vedavadis cannot understand that the ultimate goal of the Vedas is to understand Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Those who have transcended the qualitative Vedic attractions, however, can understand Krishna, who was never contaminated by the material qualities. Therefore, Lord Vishnu is addressed here as Anangjana, in brackets, free from material contamination. In Bhagavad Gita 2.42, the crude Vedic scholars have been deprecated by Krishna as follows. Yamimang pushpitang vachang pradavantya vipaschita vedavada ratah partha nanyats astiti vadina. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, and they say that there is nothing more than this. Text 25 again. Daksho grihitana sada sadanatamang yakyeshvarang vishvasrijang parangurum sunandananda tyanugaya vritang mura grinan prapede prayatah kritanjali. When Lord Vishnu accepted the oblations offered in the sacrifice, Daksha, the Prajapati, began with great pleasure to offer respectful prayers unto him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the master of all sacrifices and preceptor of all the Prajapatis, and he is served even by such personalities as Nanda and Sunanda. Very beautiful how the situation changed. We read the chapters until now. Daksha, he got angry when his son-in-law Shiva did not get up when Daksha entered the sacrificial arena, and Daksha cursed Shiva, and the followers of Shiva, they counter-cursed Daksha, and also those who sided with him, also the Brahmanas, who are also speaking the text 27. And Daksha left in anger, and Nandishvara, this the bull Lord Shiva rides on in person as a human-like form. He cursed everybody. I wrote it down. And anyone who has accepted Daksha as the most important personality and neglected Lord Shiva because of envy is less intelligent, and because of visualizing in duality will be bereft of transcendental knowledge. May those who are envious of Lord Shiva, being attracted by the flowery language of the enchanting Vedic promises, and who have thus become dull, always remain attached to fruitive activities. Nandishvara, one of the main followers of Lord Shiva, cursed Daksha and his followers, and in that verse especially also the Brahmanas who performed the yajna for Lord Shiva without planning to give a share. They performed the Daksha, the yajna for Daksha, without planning to giving a part of it, offering part of it to Lord Shiva, who is the greatest personality, actually, greater than Daksha also. And Nandishvara, he cursed the Brahmanas. May they become attached to the flowery language of the Vedas and forget transcendental knowledge, just remain attached to fruitive activities. In the purport, text 27, Prabhupada speaks about he says the Vedas are known as Traigunya Vishaya Veda, the threefold Vedic literatures. That means, Prabhupada explains, especially the Vedas are made for persons in all three modes of material nature. We know there are 18 Puranas, 6 Puranas in the mode of goodness. The Bhagavata Purana, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, is one of them. 6 Puranas in the mode of passion, and Shri Palad Lakshmini Singadev Ki Jai. And 6 Puranas for persons in the mode of ignorance. Sorry, it's difficult to avoid. To my mind came this on a morning walk, devotees told Srila Prabhupada, "Oh, Srila Prabhupada, this person, famous person, he used to be the Prime Minister of India. He's now practicing something recommended in the Shiva Purana. That means every morning he is famous for drinking his own urine every morning." Prabhupada didn't answer. After some time he said, after the Second World War, when nobody had anything to eat in Germany, the German scientists worked on extracting nutrients from stool. We know in India the pigs, they love stool. It's like it's a complete delicacy. In India you see people walking around with a stick, not just against the monkeys, but also if they have to follow the call of nature and have to go somewhere in the fields or in the bushes to empty the bowels, like Prabhupada said. Then the pigs, they saw this. Hey, he is going in the bushes, or he is going into the high-grown crops in the field. Maybe, and the pigs, they run after this person, waiting. Hey, where's the stool coming? And so one always has to have a stick with him to chase away the pigs. Yeah. So it's very nutritious. And the Germans, they thought of extracting these nutritions from the stool that everybody had to pass. And Prabhupada said, yeah, that would be his diet, drinking his urine and eating some. Yeah, people are advised to act such a way in this part of the Vedas for ignorant persons. There was even one devotee. He told me that he is practicing this because it says in Shiva Purana, drinking, and I tried to wake him up. I tried to make him conscious of that this is just a waste of the body, and one should not put it into the body again. This is horrible. But the Vedas are made such a way that also the ignorant persons, they are following certain processes. People in passion, they follow certain processes. Also in goodness, they have their ways. It is said the greatest part of the Vedic literature is meant for persons who have material interests, which is the great majority of people. In the Gita, Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasrishu kashit yadati siddhaye yatatam abhisiddhanam kashin mameti tatvataha. Among thousands of people, of persons, there may be one who is actually interested in real knowledge. And among thousands of those again, there may be one who knows me in truth. The great majority of people, we just look around, great majority of people think themselves to be the body, and therefore activities which are meant to maintain the body and to create some nice things, nice settings, nice surroundings, some sense enjoyment for the body. Working for these things is the main goal of life. Persons who are a little more advanced, they hear from the Vedas, oh yeah, they are the heavenly planets, as Prabhupada explains in the Prabhupada, they are the heavenly planets, and there is so much more enjoyment. Prabhupada said it's 1,000 times more, thousands of times more enjoyable than here on this earth. I think in the 5th canto there's an explanation of the heavenly planets. I remember especially there are mangoes as big as elephants who almost have no seeds. And these mangoes, they fall down. People are conscious that they don't get killed. This mango juice forms a river, and on the bank of this river, this juice crystallizes, becomes very hard and solid, and the inhabitants of the heavenly planets, they make ornaments from this. They can even suck on their ornaments, can chew them. There are these Nandana gardens, men and women of heavenly beauty, angelic beauty, and they can enjoy without getting bad karma, without getting any bad results of this. sometimes there are bad results. Actually, when Arjuna went to visit his father in the heaven, Indra, in the heavenly planets, he was sitting with Indra, and Indra, he looked at Urvashi, the most beautiful of the heavenly ladies, and he gave her a wink somehow. When Arjuna was walking in the gardens, Urvashi came, approached him. Oh, shouldn't we have some sense? And somehow, she didn't talk like this. She approached him. Shouldn't we have some sense enjoyment, maybe, or something like this? I think it will have been more subtle, more nice. And Arjuna knew that she was the mother of one of his ancestors. She had given birth to one of his ancestors. Therefore, Arjuna considered her a mother, and he addressed her as Mataji. So, oh Mataji, I'm sorry, I have to see you as a Mataji. I cannot accept this. It would be not right. Urvashi became angry. Oh, really? Oh, really? She cursed him. Okay, I curse you to become a eunuch. And Arjuna, he was, that was not good. He went to Indra, talked about it, and Indra said, well, what can we do? Curse is a curse. But I reduce this curse to only 1 year. 1 year you will have to be a eunuch. So when the Pandavas had to go to the forest for 13 years, the 13th year, I think it was the 13th or 14th, the 13th year, no? They had to live incognito. And they went to the court of King, who was it? Sorry, old age. Very famous king. He's also mentioned in the Gita as one of the Mahatmas. He was Sarva Eva Maharata, one of the Maharatis, fighting on the side of the Pandavas. His daughter was given in marriage to Abhimanyu, Arjuna's son. So the Pandavas, they came in disguise. First came Yudhishthira, and my God, how could I forget the name? And the king, hey, that is a very special person. He told his men, please bring this person here. And he, who are you? And Yudhishthira said, well, I was an advisor to King Yudhishthira. Now the Pandavas had to leave their home, and I have no engagement anymore. And if you this great king, he said, well, if you could be my advisor, my minister, I would be very glad about this. Then Bhima came, huge, strong, and wow, the king said, well, that is a person, he could be the king of the whole world. Such a personality. And he asked his followers to bring Bhima. And he said, who are you? Where do you come from? Bhima said, well, I was working on King Yudhishthira's court as his main cook. He had a cooking ladle with him, huge one, I guess. And this king, somebody knows what the name of this king? This great king, he said, well, couldn't you become my chef cook? Okay. And then Akhila and Sahadev, they came, and he saw also, this king also saw that they are great, great personalities, and they said, well, we have been taking care of the cows and horses, respectively, of King Yudhishthira. Now he left, we are without occupation. So the king gladly, and then Arjuna came. dressed up like a woman. And I guess he had some makeup too. And a sari. He was hiding the marks on his arms from shooting the bow amongst some clothing. And this the king saw, well, he also, although he looks like a woman, he seems to be a very great personality. And they brought Arjuna, and he said, so, who are you? He said, well, I have been working as a maidservant of Draupadi, the Pandava's wife. I have been working as a servant of Draupadi. And the king, King Virata, he said, wow, why don't you, but you are a man. No, I'm not a man, I'm a eunuch. Well, if you could, and Arjuna said, he had in the heavenly planets, the Indra, he had arranged that Arjuna learned singing and dancing from the Gandharvas. Chitarata, the leader of the Gandharvas, became Arjuna's very good friend. And Arjuna said, well, I learned dance. I was teaching dancing and singing to the ladies in the household of King Yudhishthira. And King Virata said, oh, if you could teach my daughter. What's her name? Abhimanyu's wife. She gave the Uttara. Could you please teach Uttara? And yes, Arjuna said, well, yes, I will do. And they brought her into the ladies' chambers, and they checked if he was a eunuch. Yes, he is a eunuch. Okay, then please teach my. And Arjuna was teaching Uttara, dancing and singing. She became as expert as the Gandharvas. Later she became Parikshit's mother. And after this 1 year, the Kauravas, they tried to attack the court of Virat. They took away the cows, and Arjuna finally, it was the end of the year. Arjuna, he revealed who he was, and the son of Virat, don't remember. He drove him to the tree where there were all the weapons of the Pandavas. Arjuna got his bow and arrows, and Arjuna single-handedly defeated all of the Kauravas. He used a weapon that made all of them fall asleep, except Bhishma. The ladies had asked Arjuna, oh, if you fight with the Kauravas and if you defeat them, please bring some of their cloths. That will be very nice, most likely. And Arjuna went and took away the best cloths from the great warriors. Except Bhishma, Bhishma did not interfere, all right. He was very happy to see Arjuna again, although he did not talk to him, but he stayed distant. And then Virata said, oh, you are Arjuna, please, why don't you marry my daughter, Uttara? And Arjuna said, no, I was her teacher. I treated her like a daughter. She's like a daughter to me. But if you agree, we could marry her to my son, Abhimanyu. In this way, Abhimanyu and Uttara became the parents of Maharaj Parikshit. Yes. Mahabharata. This verse talks about the priests. They complain, they lament to Vishnu that they have lost all their transcendental knowledge, therefore are not able to appreciate and understand Vishnu, only absorbed in materialistic sacrifices and activities, trying to uplift the people who engage them, uplift the people to the heavenly planets where they can enjoy. That's the desire of every materialist, to enjoy as much as possible. The more pious materialists, they want to go to the heavenly planets because there you can enjoy thousands of times more than in this earth. So they use great part of their wealth to go to the heavenly planets. So Krishna says practically everybody is materialist. Only very few people are really interested in spiritual knowledge. But still, the Vedas are made in such a way that the materialists are engaged in performing Vedic rules and following Vedic rules, performing Vedic rituals with a material purpose. But by these activities they also become purified, and finally they come to understand Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 15:15, which Srila Prabhupada spoke about when he was in France in 1976. Prabhupada was carried to the garden. He was a little sick, carried on a palanquin. He's sitting down in the garden, and he spoke on this verse 15:15. Savasya jaham ridizani vistos matas mityagyana primanam cha vidaisha sarvair aham eva vidyo. This line, Krishna says, I'm situated in the heart of everybody. For me, knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness come. I am the goal of all the Vedic literatures. I am the compiler and I'm the knower of the Vedanta. Krishna says, I am the one who is to be understood through all the Vedic literatures. Bhagavad Gita, it said, it's the beginning of real Vedic, of real spiritual understanding. Bhagavad Gita 2:12, Krishna says, we always existed in the past, we will exist in the future, all of us. We will never die. The body, if the body dies, no intelligent person laments about this. The soul is unborn, is eternal, it's immovable, it's always the same. There the spiritual knowledge starts in Bhagavad Gita. And that's the goal. That's the goal of the Vedas, to uplift every human being, to come to the platform of finally understanding Krishna and appreciating, loving him finally, and go back to Krishna, back to Godhead. That's the goal of human life. So, are there any questions? All right. Yeah, Prabhu. Prabhu.
Thank you, Kir Prabhu. Regarding the Puranas, there are like 6 in the mode of goodness, 6 in the passion and ignorance. So, like, are the ones in the mode of ignorance supposed to elevate the practitioner to goodness ultimately? Sorry, the ones in the mode of ignorance, are they supposed to elevate one ultimately to the mode of goodness, or like why are they there at all?
Yes, there are persons who are really in the mode of ignorance, like the persons Shiva takes care of, the ghosts, the evil spirits, evil persons, drug addicts. In Hamburg, near the temple, there was a shop called Bum Shankar, selling chillums and water pipes and everything for consuming hashish and stuff. Bum Shankar, with this mantra they offer there, their hashish to Shiva. It's something that it's not spiritual, but these Puranas are meant to somehow engage the people and make them familiar with the Vedic literature, with Vedic processes, and they do it to be more able to enjoy their drugs and things and alcohol, whatever. But it's somehow they get connected to the Vedic literatures. When they finally develop more interest, they find, if we remember in the beginning, me at least, when I read the books of Srila Prabhupada, or maybe one sentence on the page, I could really understand and appreciate. No? I didn't hardly understood anything, almost nothing. Now it's different. Now we understand more of Srila Prabhupada's books and appreciate it more. But these people, they understand a little bit. They have get a little connection through these Puranas made for them, and by following the process, they get purified. Of course, that's the goal, to lead them to Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Another question? Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.